Hello and welcome back to the Babenbergs. We are once again starting the episode without a strong hook on our liege, and as I can tell from the comments, some people are getting a little bit bored with waiting. So, let's figure out a new path forward. And I think our only real new path forward is to focus on something else. We can have this strong hook thing running in the background, but essentially, we should focus on something else, make something else our goal. And if we get the strong hook, fantastic. If we don't get it, well, we're still focusing on our other goal. And I think that's going to make a little bit more sense, because effectively the strong hook is now a long-term project. However, some things I've found out online are interesting. I'm not sure how true all of them are, but they are interesting. The first one is, apparently if you get a hook via fabricate hooks on an unlanded person, it tends to be a strong hook. Now, why is that interesting to us? Well, that gives you another way of potentially getting a hook on the Holy Roman Emperor. Because let's say that we wait until Andreas is 16. If we fabricate a hook on Andreas when he's 16, and he becomes the Holy Roman Emperor, we would then have a Holy Roman Emperor with a strong hook. It's a potential other option for us. Or you pick somebody who's in the line of succession. So let's go and have a look at who's got like high vote score here. And you try and find somebody with high vote score who isn't landed. Although, looking at this, everybody who can be voted for is landed. So, well, that wouldn't really help us very much. We're basically just looking at the same person, Andreas here. So, anyway. But that's apparently an option. But I was looking into it more, and I found somebody with 4 months ago had a post which is exactly the same situation we're in. They're trying to form the Archduchy of Austria, and they don't get why this strong hook thing is so difficult. And people in the comments pointed out that they added in this decision to form the Archduchy of Austria with tours and tournaments, and they added in an achievement at the same time. Now, this achievement is actually tied to doing grand weddings. Now, grand weddings are tied to this traditional Luitpolding weddings thing, which gives you an increased chance to generate a strong hook on lieges who like you at grand weddings. Although, what I think is interesting, and I don't think this is the case, but it is an interesting wording thing here. This says increased chance to generate a temporary strong hook on lieges who like you at grand weddings. That implies that there is already a chance, and this is increasing the chance. It doesn't say gives you a chance, it says increased chance. Kind of an interesting little phrase there, but it definitely implies something. So it might be worth doing grand weddings and inviting our liege. I mean, it's something that we haven't tried so far, so it's definitely something to think about. Another suggestion is that you could try and befriend your liege, but that only works if you have ritualized friendship, which our culture does not. That's not our culture, actually. Which our culture does not. But if I was to reform it, can I actually reform it now? No, I could reform it in 28 years. That's probably going to be a little bit long for our current character. Where is ritualized friendship? Probably social, right? That sounds like the kind of thing friends are, social. There we go. So if you have ritualized friendships, best friends receive strong hooks on each other but gain stress when using them. So, what you would do is you would get yourself a friend with the befriend scheme. You would then ask your friend to be your best friend. All of a sudden, you have a strong hook. So, the way I see it, this will take, 11 years to implement. It's 28 years away right now to the point where we can do it, so in like 40 years we have a guaranteed way of getting our strong hook. So that's something to think about. It's definitely something to think about, especially because in 40 years we're likely gonna be in late medieval, and late medieval will give us an extra cultural tradition which we could put ritualized friendship into. It's all kind of linking together. Now, will Haley Ermengarde be around for that? No, and actually she's poor on health, which is not ideal. So, yeah, we'll need to think about that. Anyway, My general plan with the strong hook thing now is we're going to ignore it. We're going to completely and utterly ignore it. Every couple of years, we will check in, see whether we're able to fabricate a hook. If we are, great. If we're not, great. And we're going to leave you over here, basically just finding secrets. If they find a secret, great. If they don't, I'm just going to completely ignore the pop-up. I'll just click it away, and that'll be fine. So that's the current plan. Now, what would I like to do? Well, to be honest, I wouldn't really like to die right now. That's very mighty inconvenient. I'd really like to get a university, but we're 5 development off it. I was thinking we could hold a grand tournament in order to get that, but yeah, I guess not. Oh yeah, also, because somebody's been mentioning it and I have forgotten. Trebuchets, create, buy up to max. I'm going to get 2 lots of trebuchets. Because I really want the ability to siege. So, there we go. 2 lots of trebuchets. And we will station them in places. So one can go here and then the other one actually can't go anywhere because we don't have enough land. Cool. That all seems fine. And because I did that, I can now ask the Head of Faith for more money because I no longer have as much money. Which is great. Okay. Let's wait for that to come in. Also, let's just confirm, just at the start. I know I said I was not going to do too much of this, but... Cannot fabricate a hook. Okay. Oh yeah, I also feel like I want to give up the Regency, but I guess we'll just give it up next time he offers, because we don't have a way... Well, I guess I could... Well, maybe I have a way of giving up the Regency here. I do not. Okay, next time he offers, we'll give it up, because I don't feel like the Regency is helping us at all. I think it's just adding more events that we mostly want to say no to that make other vassals hate us, so... Yeah. Also, why is our health so low? I guess it's just low because it's low. I mean, we're not within 1 year of death because we get a warning, but still. Okay. I don't want to do a grand tour. I do still think a grand tournament could be pretty good. Especially if we hold it in our capital for some extra development bonuses. I think that that could be a very good opportunity. So we hold it purely because a grand tournament is beneficial there. But let's get a new knight as well, actually. Let's get a new knight and do that sort of stuff. Let's sort out our internal court, then do a grand tournament. I think that seems like a good path forward. So, court. We have a lot more men in our court who we need to marry off. So we're going to look for adults who are unmarried. There we go. We're down to this many. And then that's pretty much all we need to do. Just look at each person and marry them off. We only have 1 woman in our court this time, and she is still of age to have children, so we will still marry her off. Cool. Although she's our court physician, so we want to make it matrilineal. Right, let's do some of this. I could set up a filter, I suppose, but let's not worry about it right now. Let's say age difference of 5. Want them to be an adult, which they will be with him, actually, so that's fine. I want them to be healthy. I want them to be Catholic. I want them to have an inheritable trait. I want them not to be a ruler. Let's say yes to gain prestige. Not that it will do anything for most of these characters. Let's put this over here for now. Okay, so we have 15 characters. So first of all, we have Christina Blejas' daughter, Knightling. Okay. She is the daughter of this person who is an adventurer group person. Alright. I mean, that seems fine. She's Hale. We then have Marguerite Savoy Geneva. Okay. Another House Savoy person. You know what? Sure. Let's bring you into our court. Let's invite you in. We can do that. Next up, we have this knight. No valid characters. Okay, let's start removing some things. Let's say that. No, I figured out the issue. All. There we go. We do have characters. Although the inheritable traits doesn't really matter at this point, but... well, I guess it matters for intelligence traits only, so I guess you're the only one it matters for. So, you two can marry. Wonderful. Next up, we have you. I guess I could have married him to someone younger, but I guess we're not doing that. That's fine. Let's go matrilineal. We have inheritable traits on. We have the rest of this on. That all seems fine. Okay. So what am I looking for here? I have absolutely no idea. How about learning? Yeah, there we go. We can have a genius. You can join our court. Right. Next up, we have you. We have 8 characters here. Again, we're probably not looking at somebody who's going to have a lot of children, so let's go for an intelligence trait. And let's go with you. Mellet. Same problem that we had before. There are no intelligence traits. I don't know. Some of all skills. Who has some skill that's an outlier? You have like 19 diplomacy? Sure. Welcome to my court. And then Ragnar. Ragnar, there's 19 characters. I don't know what we want for Ragnar. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. I'm just seeing if we have anyone who's got an outlier trait. Like, you guys are beautiful. It's a lot of beautiful people. You're fecund. You don't see that much fecund, which is weird, because you should see a lot of it, because, you know, it increases fertility. So let's marry you to this fecund person. Sure. Okay, cool. So that's them all marrying off. Next, actually we'll wait for the marriages to come in, and then we'll do next afterwards. There we go. Marriages are all in. Clear that out. Next, let's create an accolade. Now, I think we suggested that this next accolade was going to be our Master of the Horse accolade, right? Which means it's going to be Edric Doddington, who is going to be our acclaimed knight. Yes, you are going to be our acclaimed knight. We'll just click force there just to be sure. Now, what have we got? So we got skirmish. I would love it to be something horse related. Skirmisher. I guess we could always fire him as well. Stalwart. Vanguard. Tactician. Contender. I guess tactician is the closest here. Okay, let's assume it's not him then. Who's next? What have we got? What am I even looking for? That's a good question. Maybe that's what I should do first. Let's look for what I'm looking for, and then we'll know what accolade we're actually going for here. Let's look for Cav. That's Camel Cavalry, so that's probably not it. Spearman. Crossbow Captain. Okay, let's clear that out there. That obviously wasn't helping. Stalwart, no. Archer, no. Skirmisher, no. Pike Captain, no. Outrider. We're looking for Outrider. Yeah, for light cav. Okay. So, let's go in here, and let's find ourselves somebody who has Outrider. Because that's the one that we fundamentally want. So, let's see. Do I have nobody? Oh, no, you have Outrider. Mellet has Outrider. Okay. I'm going to go with Mellet. Outrider is going to be the primary one. Secondary. Can't have this one because it has to be a primary one. Let's see. Valiant. Stalwart. Scoundrel. Tactician. Contender. I don't know. Let's give you Contender for now, because I'm going to hold a grand tournament. Let's create it. Okay, I don't have a great name for this right now. What did I call what was the other one called? Noble Gamekeeper. I'm sure we can come up with something for this, if anyone has an idea. You know what, our temporary one will just be the Master of the Horses. Sure. That'll be fine. And that's going to be Mellet. So I'm actually going to replace our Master of the Horse with this person. Because that's what we said we would do. And it sounded kind of cool at the time. And he's apparently excellent at it. Great. Fantastic. Now, it will annoy Edric a little bit. And it will cost us 200 prestige. But we have a ton of prestige. And I'm happy to do it. Right. That's our Master of the Horse. Which is all fine. Successor, do I have one? No. But the positive is, I can at least seek a worthy successor. What do you need to... Well, actually, it tells me on here what I need to have. Prowess is 8 or above. They have 20 experience in horse, Hastlider. Ah, or they have the open terrain expert. Hey, I guess it kind of makes sense. We have open terrain expert, right? Yeah, so it kind of makes sense that we're the ones bringing this one in. Hey, that's kind of unexpected. Maybe we'll do some jousting at the tournament and then that will get somebody enough experience. Yeah. Let's maybe do a horse-based tournament. Seems acceptable. Means my personal champion for now is going to be Mellet as well. Cool. That seems perfectly fine to me. Do I need a brewmaster for the tournament? I don't think I do. No. Do I need anything else for the tournament? Probably not. I still have this prisoner. I think I can just let you go, right? For a weak hook. Actually, you know what? For a demand conversion. Yeah, let's just let you go. Cool. And let's wait a second. Wonderful. Okay. And then we are going to do a tournament, which we will set up here to celebrate our new person, who we still need to name. We probably have a better place to do it. Yeah, so we could hold it in Floridsdorf, which is stables plus blacksmiths plus suitable terrain. It's probably better to do that, right? Even if I'm looking for development in my capital, because the development is the same in Floridsdorf as it is in Vienne. Yeah. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So we'll do that. And it will reduce the cost of holding a joust and horse race in this place. Yeah, perfect. And we have something that makes jewels cheaper as well if we happen to be able to hold one of those as well. Okay, let's hold it in Floridsdorf. We can hold 4. Fantastic. Well, let's start with a horse race. Follow up with a jewel. Then... I don't know what we want to do after that. This gives us horse as well, right? Yeah, let's do a melee. And then we'll follow up with a joust. So race, knockout, teams, and knockout. Wonderful. It's going to cost me some money, but we get some money off of a lot of the different things for it, which is all good. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. I don't need a mountaineer for the travel. My champion is going to be Mellet because he's my champion. Mellet is okay. He might not be the best, but he's okay. He'll at least participate in a bunch of stuff. Our goal is to befriend... I was wondering if we could befriend our liege, but probably not. We'd probably have to... we can't even guarantee he'll be there, to be honest. Do I want to go for better accommodation? I guess we can splash out on this one. Maybe... Oh, I can't go to that level. Look how much it costs. Okay, this one, I tend to like certain bits here. So, top rank gets you famed or illustrious, right? Good can get you masterwork, famed or illustrious. I tend to find that a little bit odd because masterwork, you can get all the way down here at decent prizes, right? So you can get it all the way here. So you might get something that's only worth 90, but you're paying 540 for it. Now you might get something really good, but you're paying through the nose for the chance. While this one's guaranteed. So I tend to like the lower end or the higher end. Let's go for masterwork or famed. Yeah. That at least means that we're going to get something of a reasonable quality. We're not going to get a common item, but yeah. Not that we're going to get any of these items at all, but you know, you get the idea. And let's start the grand tournament. Yeah. Wonderful. What are you wearing? You're wearing the world's largest coat. It's just been superimposed in front of him. He's not even in it. Okay, weird. Oh, you see, that's what it's meant to look like here. Now here it looks like it makes sense. Here it's just ridiculous. Fresh-faced and alert, the members of my entourage are eager to get going to the grand tournament competition I'm hosting in Floridsdorf. This should be a successful event as well as prosperous to the county. Hopefully everyone will have a good time and appreciate the effort of the event. I've arrived at the site of the tournament here in Floridsdorf. Though not all the revelers have yet arrived, throngs of people wander through the colourful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. There are few places so excellent to relieve some stress and enjoy oneself as a tournament, and I intend to take full advantage. Okay, so I'm waiting for the horse race to begin. When can I first go somewhere? 21 days. Alright, well. Let's wait. Hey, I got some stuff here. People are arriving, just some random people of different religions, which means we're probably not going to try and recruit them. Grand Tournament has opened in 6 days. I can now go to a temple, which is of course where we're going to go first. As Rudolph moves aside to let me approach, I take a solemn moment alone in the church near the tournament grounds. Pondering in the presence of God, I find myself wondering what it is I wish in my heart of hearts to see come from these days of revelry. A smile on my husband, to guide my son Robert's hand, or let me find inner peace. Let's go for some inner peace here. So I'm now stuck out of this one for 30 days, so I probably want to visit somewhere else. You know what, I might pivot. I might go recruit, go somewhere else, and each time we go back to the temple, switch back to recreation. That seems reasonable. So let's hover over where we're going to go. I'm going to go to the tent camp in 20 days. Hey, stress level's gone down, which is fine. Discharge regent. Oh, I said I was going to accept, so yes, I accept. Because being regent seems to have no benefits for us currently, so let's just ditch it. We're not getting any events that are suggesting we're getting a hook or anything. Yeah, let's just ditch it. Right, tent camp. He who spurns the fight. My knight Putiata's recent absences have not gone unnoticed. Also, I can't help but notice that you're not Catholic. Let me just sort that out in a minute. Well, I'll sort that out after the tournament. Actually, you know what? Maybe I won't convert him. Anyway, we're not zealous. Nor the many servants turned away from his door. At the tourneyer's request, I enter his lodgings. Putiata acknowledges me with a scant obeisance, turning his shining sword over and over in his hands. All the world knows I am a great and worthy knight, growls he, and so, without highborn attendants and grand gifts for my liege, I must refuse to compete. My attending this contest in poverty would dishonor us both. And so you owe me your service, remember? Compete, I'll give you anything. We get generous to knights. Okay, which increases contest aptitude. Your oath is forfeit, windbag be gone, or perhaps you should just rest. You know what? I'll give you some money to compete. That's fine. Happy to do that. Wow, this person gained a ton of experience in foot. Like an absurd amount. Okay. I mean, given that it wasn't part of any type of competition bit there. Go for recreation in 20 days. There we go. More people are arriving. Who is actually at my tournament now? Sorted by rank. Highest ranked is the King of Serbia and the King of Pomerania. Okay, cool. And we have a bunch of random people from all around. My nephew has come to the tournament. Cool, cool, cool. My other nephew. Just picking out people who I recognize. Alright, awesome. You can also see, I think if you click here and then go contest participants, you can see everybody who's trying to participate in different contests. So there's a lot of participants for this one, like an absurd number. Which is cool. Right, temple. Sacrilegious spree. As silence falls over the assembled worshippers gathered for the daily ceremony, the calm is suddenly broken by a swift approach of shouting and hollering. The door bursts open and a dozen laughing revelers tumble into the church, tankards and kegs in hand. Helene, clearly the instigator, grins stupidly. What's all this then? Where's the music? Rudolph watches on, frozen in disbelief and horror. You can say, guards, arrest them. This is Firebert. Oh, I just need to do that to get them to show up. Firebert III's personal physician, who is excommunicated. Party? Did someone say party? Or get out, you lovable louts? Oh, your child is House Babenberg. Alright. Well, I guess I'll say get out, you lovable louts then, as a relation. Not that I'm happy about it. Let's go recruit. And then in 20 days I can do this. Okay. More people are arriving. Any guests of a higher rank? Nope. I think this might actually include people who haven't arrived yet as well. Yeah, so it's just 250 people. That's fine. Let's go tent camp. Huddles up. Attention all ye who wander here. A herald's voice cuts through the crowds milling about the tournament, and more than a few turn to face the noise. Let it be known that entering the field right now is... The herald gasps slightly, scanning the crowd for a name that had clearly been forgotten. Is... My good lady, my good lord, the herald hands clench and unclench spasmodically, the panic at forgetting the name of the knight that was being introduced clear as day. Said knight, Putiata, approaches the quailing crier with face of thunder. Okay, so I can get him to be well proclaimed for 10 years and try and salvage this. Say the messenger will likely need a new job. Ivan will join my court then. Compassionate attendees will gain opinion of me. But he's poorly announced. I gain poorly announced for 20 years. They forgot his name. Well, let's see here. I feel I'm gonna have to offer Putiata some more money, make him well proclaimed. Okay, 10 days till we begin. Let's go back to recreation and we'll look for the temple when we're out of this. Somebody's plotting to kill me. Do they not know I'll die naturally within the year, or within a year and a half or something like that? I mean, that's, unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Horse race. Contest begins. The finest horses in Austria, adorned in the colours of their owners, are led around the track as the herald announces the contest commencement. The riders mill around as they wait for the beasts to arrive, some stretching, some eyeing each other up. Nothing beats a good race. Your champion Mellet did not qualify. Oh, this will be quite a race. Yeah, I keep trying to find secrets. There we go. Streams of commoners and nobles alike flock to the contest grounds, vying to secure a good view of the horse race. A horrendous groan pierces the excited hubbub. A stand of overloaded with spectators gives way with a crash, as mass of screaming victims are sent tumbling from view. As recriminations fly, my fellow attendee, Captain Aslug of Egil's warriors, staunchly discourages punishing the stand's builders. This was an act of gods and nothing else. I can execute the builders. It is the bereaved who must look to, or sometimes calamity cannot be avoided. I guess I will compensate the victims for 5 years. This is becoming a very expensive tournament. Okay. Your husband got a weak hook on this person. Alright. Weird. What else happened? Because I missed about 10 of those as they popped by. People are getting experience in things. Alright. That's fine. All okay. Horses for courses. It's almost impossible to tell who will take the victory. They are neck and neck. Sweat flies off the galloping steeds as they round the final bend, the riders urging them on with failing voices as the crowd bays and hollers at the scene. The crowd reaches a crescendo. The riders urge their steeds on in unison. The finish line looms. And are we... Oh, we're paused. Okay. And... who won? Countess Bava's horse, Fleet, crosses the line as the crowd erupts, closely followed by Count Vicent Cyclone and Count Valdo's Nun. An exhilarating event. Okay. My qualifying knights were Count Jacob of Leibnitz and Count Valdo of Ingolstadt. Oh, okay, cool. So, everybody who participated got Horse Racer for 5 years, which is quite nice. And this dynasty got some renown, and this person got Champion Racehorse. Cool, and the prize, of course. Ooh, temple. Verdust you are. The yard around the church is deserted this close to sunset. I hear a rustle around the leaves and see the silhouette of a small animal running among the tombstones. The carvings are almost gone in some of them, clearly visible in others. I take a step towards them because it's late. because it will keep getting later, because it's never been this late in my life. So we can try and find one of our ancestors, or I can say, and to dust I shall return. Let's try and find an ancestor. We did! Wonderful. We got some more renown. And people are just randomly gaining aspiring blade master experience, which is cool. Househead has changed. Our new househead is a chief of Honyo, because this guy drank himself to death, Leopold III. Okay. Faction targets you, a Liberty faction. Oh, okay. Interesting. Neighboring ruler won a war. Bohemia won a war against Valencia in a de jure war. Okay, fair enough. I need a new chancellor. New chancellor is going to be Bohemir of Falkenstein. Alright, cool. We still need a successor for this one. Oh, I can ransom this guy now. And I will ransom him for 100 gold. Because he's no longer the former regent, so it doesn't matter. Okay. I want to do recruit, and I'm going to go recruit in the tent camps. Doesn't mean I'm going to get a recruit event, it just means I'm going to recruit in the tent camps. Boisterous revelry. Food and drink is abundant during the tournament, to the delight of the attendees. 3 peasants in particular seem to be sharing what looks like an entire keg of spiced wine. Ah, what you do that for, you fiend? One splutters drunkenly, limply throwing a stick at his neighbour. Ivan, I'm sorry. The victim covers his face, deflecting the attack. Help me, Baldwin. You're on your own, Strats, the last one exclaims, downing an entire mug in one big gulp. Okay, well, they are rowdy, but I do need knights. We can recruit Ivan, who we previously decided not to recruit. I assume it's the same Ivan. Strass. And Baldwin. But they are absolutely terrible, so I'm not going to recruit them. They are awful knights. I mean, I think Ivan was fine, but like his health was so low, he'd likely die. So, yeah, I'm not really fond of that one. What's our current stress like, by the way? It still exists. Okay. 12 days till the temple. Cancer. The end of a journey? Well, that would definitely make our health a lot lower. Yes, we're now near death. There is a thing inside me which is not me. It eats its way through my flesh, feeding from my life force. Its strength increasing while I wither away. I push my hands against the growth under my skin, my fingers aching to tear it out. The thought of it growing makes me want to puke. Yes, unfortunately it is cancer. I only know of one effective treatment. Well, I'm just going to say do no more than is necessary. I don't think we need to go drastic. I'm not that worried about living longer. Ramhild entered my chambers with an earthenware jar cradled in her arms and came to sit by my bed. She pulled a leech from the jar and gave it a most tender look before carefully placing it on my face. Remain still, my lady. Better not disturb their feeding. The leeches turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst of my symptoms are alleviated and the world seems a little brighter. It's a massive boost to health, which is actually great, because that probably means we're even healthier than we were before we got cancer. Which is odd. Oh no, because we have a severe and a critical, so no, we're not. Because we have the elderly health penalty as well. And we're at death's doorstep. Although, this is not our 1 year warning. This is what I was saying about it when we took it. The 1 year warning happens when we actually die. So this isn't us actually going to die. That's going to be when we get the 1 year warning. So we're definitely going to be able to finish this whole thing. Do a temple. A portent, a sign, I hear yelling coming from the church as I approach the door. Rudolph stumbles upon me, pointing at the sky. Following his frantic eyes, I see it. The moon. Another moon. This is Rudolph here, apparently. I've read about it in the archives of old, he continues. It announces something, but what? An omen? It announces my victory? Moons are round like coins. It's wealth, obviously. 2 perfectly beheaded silhouettes. A book about the stars. We gain astronomer, which is 15% monthly lifestyle experience, or it means nothing. I think we say it means nothing. Mainly because I'm not going to need that experience, and I can just click recruit and then we're fine. Alright, Jewel. My champion did not qualify. Contestants march onto the field, taking their places around the sparring quad as the herald announces the contest commencement. The squared-off ring is being looked over in the background, rattled and shaken to ensure no give should a contestant crash into it. The dual qualifiers have come to an end and it's clear he'll be put forward to the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favourites. May the best win. Let's see who we've got. So Melik didn't qualify, but we have Soboslav, my nephew, who is the Duke of Dice, Count Jersey, Count Jacob of Lebsnitz, who is my knight, Joffrey, Baldo, Joseph, Drozden, and Geriant. Alright. May the best win. Okay. Let's see who's going to win. I shuffle aside to let someone by, but no sooner have I done so than they start talking. Ah, Duchess Hilly Ermengarde, fancy seeing you here. I open my mouth to respond, but Putiata is too quick. I don't suppose you've got any favourites, someone you think is going to take home the win. I've got a good feeling about Jacob. I consider my options for a moment. Maybe it's best to just agree. I'll smile and nod. The dual quarterfinals are over. Soboslav, Geriant, Joffrey, and Joseph have got through, so let's have a look. So we have Soboslav, very good at intrigue, got some prowess, not got very much martial. Geriant, very good at prowess and martial. Joffrey, again a prowess and martial. And Joseph, prowess and martial. Joseph, I think, is the most promising, but who knows, we'll see. The bout between Joseph and Joffrey has been decided. It was closely fought, but in the end, Joseph battered Joffrey to the ground, forcing a forfeit. Joseph is through to the final. And Geraint is now through to the final as well. He defeated Soboslav. Alright, who do we think's got it? Oh, I think this is Joseph, but it's close. Mysteries of the Scriptures. My granddaughter Amelie and her little friend Christine had taken a copy of the scriptures from the study and brought it into the playroom. They spent hours trying to understand what was written on its pages, talking about God and the many mysteries of the divine. Amelie seems to have developed a deep respect for the words of the Catholic faith. She can be humble or content. I'm happy for her to be humble. That's perfectly acceptable. Okay. And the bout between Joseph and Geron has been decided. After an unsatisfyingly one-sided bout, no one was surprised when Joseph disarmed Geron and forced him to concede. This means Joseph has won the duel contest. Wonderful. Well done, Joseph. So, everybody who participated and qualified got duelist, which is quite nice. He got a little bit more money and prestige, and then Joseph became a gifted duelist. Now, is Joseph, he's just a wanderer? You want to be invited to my court? Yeah, I'll pay for you to join my court. Well-deserved win. I'm now going to go to the temple with the recruit focus. Nothing happened. Alright, cool. Well, alright. Awesome. Yep. Not looking for that hook, I'm looking for a different hook. Let's go to the tent camp. Masters of the Desert. Knights mime the acts of war and friendly rivals swagger, while interpreters laugh through their work. You Franco-Bavarian have your skills, concedes Emir Abu Bakr of Sidquick. But all of you lack the will to bring a camel to heel, and even your porcine arses couldn't comfort you in one of our saddles. Nearby grooms clutch camels' reins, the emir's challenge is in earnest. Though Tunisians terrify horses and rule deserts and drylands atop their beasts, the stink of camels is truly foul. So I can say Farbert can do it, or we Franco-Bavarians need no lumpen beasts. You know what? Farbert can do it. I trust Farbert. He's our marshal, he's our knight. He can do it. Did he? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. I'll say yes. Wonderful. Good on him. If he did it. Right. Temple. Okay, I guess there aren't any recruit events at the temple. Or any events at the temple. The sermon. Today Askel held a fiery sermon for all the children of the court. They were apparently spellbound as he zealously read from the scriptures. My grandson Otto now seems certain that he's destined for greatness, claiming that God supports him indiscriminately. Otto is now ambitious. Otto is now a compassionate, zealous, ambitious person. I can potentially give him extra stuff here, right? Yeah, okay. Well, wait. Let's do that. So, first of all, you're extremely bald. Yes, I can influence your personality, so we could try and give him one of our traits. Problem is, we can only give him shy or chaste. I'm not that interested in giving him either. But we can also do a martial drill and try and give him open terrain expert. Let's do that. Hey, a success. Otto looks bored after looking at military tactics on maps for hours by now. I get up and throw him a sparring sword and shout, let's go outside. First direct hit to the body wins. We enter a nearby grove. The fight drags on for a while as we can't reach each other between the branches. Eventually, Otto spots a clearing behind me. Now I got you, he exclaims and pushes me into the open. With the wild field, his movement is too fast and unpredictable. He lands an easy hit on me. Be a great commander one day, so he gets open terrain expert, which is, you know, it's something. The melee contest has begun, and Mellet did not qualify once again. Okay. Which is really, it's really not good because it's a team competition he didn't qualify to. The contest in front of me is reaching a crescendo, the participants evenly matched. I grip the wooden railing in front of me and yell my appreciation along with the rest of the crowd. Said yell, however, swiftly turns to a strangled cry as I feel something trickling down my spine. Some sort of fluid, something both hot and cold somehow. I spin on my heel to find myself confronted by Arndt, his goblet swishing with the remains of the unidentified drink currently crawling its way down my back. Now then, watch where you're going, he burbles, gesturing accusingly at me with the cup. You should be more careful. I'd say, how about I buy us another? Get this abhorrent bastard out of my sight, or you're right, my mistake. You know what, I'm going to drag him off. I don't think we need to worry about him. Right. My husband continues to cajole people into getting me weak hooks. Oh yeah, it was also suggested that in here I could just blackmail people, get the strong hooks, and just kind of go with it. Because strong hooks never expire. That's a good point. I probably should do that. Or should have done that before we died. You know what? Maybe I should consider doing it now. Just do a couple of these. It only cost me 9 stress now, actually, so... No, let's do these, because they'll never expire. The final blow. Both teams are nearly even. Who wins will come down to a hair's breadth. The rhythmic clamming of metal on metal continues to split the air. The spectators, arrayed loosely on the distant edges of the fray, urge their favourites on, even as more and more contestants fall victim to ransom and ruin. I can see the heralds begin to make their way onto the field to signal the conclusion of the event. The end draws near. Okay. But yeah, I should probably just get all of these hooks while I can. So let's blackmail you as well. I've got 3 things I could blackmail you over. Let's go with the murder. That seems like a good one. And I can only send 1 of these at a time, yeah. Okay. Gain my hook. Wonderful. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamours, competitors begin to assemble, the contest is over and one team's moment in the sun is being readied. A herald steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all, some truly spirited competition, we have our winners. Count Valdo's team beat Duke Soboslav's in the contest. A thrilling sport even to spectate. So those were my qualifying knights, Waldo, Yosef, and Jacob. Everyone who participated got melee participant. If they were on the winning team, they got melee victor. Nice. Okay. You know what? Apparently, I'm not competing. I was going to say we could try and get somebody to qualify, but I guess it doesn't really matter on that one. let's just go... I want to go back to the temple, but maybe we'll go to the village or something. Let's give me a second. Let's go in here. Let's get another blackmail. Cool. Let's go to the village. A fool's performance. Come all, come see the reserved Babenberg. A colourfully clad woman shouts, precariously balancing a candle on her nose. I also know stories. Perhaps you'd like to hear something cheerful, like the tale of when Joseph won the melee contest at Duchess Haley Ermengarde's grand tournament, she says while doing a handstand. Or perhaps my lady would rather hear a grim story like the one of when Duke Erno of Austria's sister Berta flagellated herself to death. Yeah, no, I don't really want to hear that one. I might hear your cheery tale, though. I mean, that's fine. I don't really want to hear about my sister-in-law flagellating herself to death. Doesn't sound like a story that we need to, you know, dwell on. Let's go with the deviant secret here. Alright, cool. Grandson has been taught more by that person. One thing I'm also wondering, and I should have actually thought of this earlier, there is the event that fires where somebody tries to give you a secret in return for a hook. I should have maybe thought about that, because we could have got more hooks to then do that. I don't know if that would have given us the chance of a strong hook, but it's something to think about. But it might have given us a chance of a secret. The problem is, I don't think this guy has any secrets. Like, I think we made him too good. I think he's, like, so neutral he doesn't have any secrets that you could have. Okay, grab twice schemed, not that it matters. Right, more hooks. Let's now go in here, let's go in here, let's continue exposing more hooks. Wonderful, back in here. Temple's open. You know what, let's try it. Nope, there are no recruit events in the temple. My mistake. My mistake. Back in here. Continue fabricating strong hooks. Not fabricating, blackmailing with actual data. Kind of the opposite of fabrication now that I think about it. Let's maybe go for people who aren't imprisoned as well. Right. You know, let's do one at the tourney grounds. A strongman show. Lively noises make me discover an improvised arena set up by the local peasants where two burly wrestlers are putting on a show. They trade blows, weave, duck, and circle each other until one of them makes a daring move. I call this one the downward wheelbarrow, he screams before lifting his opponent and slamming him into the ground, making him yield immediately. Frederick the Serene, and terrific, victorious yet again, the victor gloats, and say, how exciting are you, the winner, here's a few coins. Let's say, ooh, how exciting. And then I should be able to send another one of these, right? No, I'm still waiting on one, I think. There we go. Now I can send another one of these. Yeah, I'll send it to you next. Wonderful. Espionage, lovers. While performing his duties as spymaster, Alphonse has uncovered a secret held by my fellow vassal, Duchess Guntrud. She has secretly taken Heike von Hohenlohe, a noblewoman from Nordgau, as a lover. Oh, I see. Interesting. It's useful to know, I will say. Did my knights qualify? Mellet didn't qualify, but others did. Contestants circle the lists on horseback, valets holding their arms aloft, as the herald announces the contest commencement. Squires scurry to and fro, bedecked in their liege's colours, carrying equipment and supplies for the bouts ahead. The joust qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear he'll be put forward for the quarter-finals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favourites. May the best win. Cool. So, Solovslav is paired against Jersey. Jacob is paired against Joffrey. Valdo is paired against Vittorio de Catania. And Trojden is paired against Joseph. Alright, may the best win. I've got my blackmail hook. And I can get another one here. Wonderful. Continuing to collect. And then I can go back in here. And I can go down to you. And I can get another one. The semi-finals are over. The herald booms. Jersey of Stezka. Jacob of Lebnitz, Baldo of Ingolstadt, and Trojden have reached the semi-finals. Joseph didn't make it. Oh no. Okay. Valdo is going to the finals by... Oh, shying from the danger, perhaps driven by some other motive. Count Jacob was conceded to his opponent, Count Valdo, in the joust contest. Valdo will advance to the finals by default. Oh, okay then. Wonder why. Also, you've converted to Bavarian. Ah, to the culture of the land that you now hold. Makes perfect sense, actually, when you think about it. Any of the other ones I want to do here? Yeah, I might as well get yours as well. Okay. The other one. Trojden beat Count Jersey. A lucky lad. My gaze drifts over the crowd. The general hubbub flows around me. All spectators engaged in conversation are geeing up the contestants. All apart from one, I notice. Widukind is staring directly at me. Our gazes lock before he immediately breaks eye contact, flitting his eyes around anywhere other than me. Normally I'd be suspicious, but the bitten lip and constant stolen glances back to check if I'm still watching tells me something of a different story in this case. Oh, the Bishop of Babenberg. Well, I think I'm here to watch, not flirt. I think that's kind of our personality here. Right. Also, do I have any more of these to do, or am I done? I have one more, I think. Yes, just yours. Right. And who wins? The bout between Trojden and Count Valdo has been decided. After an unsatisfyingly one-sided bout, no one was surprised when Trojden broke the third lance against Valdo's shield with a well-aimed blow. This means Trojden is the winner. Our guest here. Just a random guest that we have. Whose liege is this guy? Alright. Not my favourite knight, it has to be said, we'll see. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamours, competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. A herald steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. Many trials and tribulations, above all else some truly spirited competition. Trojden beat Count Valdo in the final. Trojden is our winner. Most entertaining event. My champion Mellit didn't even qualify. Everyone who qualified got Jouster, and the person who won got this champion Jouster bonus. Okay, cool. A well-deserved win, we'll say. That's just saying there's a disease, but it's not really anywhere near us, so that's fine. Right. Conclusion. The sun comes down on the final day of the tournament, and the massed crowds begin to disperse. I found myself ruminating over the results. Count Valdo's team carried the day in the melee. Countess Bava's horse finished first in the horse racing. Trojden broke innumerable lances to prove their quality in the joust, and Joseph's superiority of the blade had them take home the prize in the duel. I was unable to find any good candidates to join the ranks of my knights, but I did recruit Joseph. I look forward to the next one, and say what a great occasion. So Joseph got the prize scepter. Trojden got a spear. Bava got a necklace. Valdo also got a necklace. We gained prestige. We lost some stress, but not a ton. We gained 0 prestige. I assume that's prestige from winning contests and things. We got Tourney gore for 5 years, so less stress. We got some legitimacy, and a house or a dynasty at Luitpolding gets 450 renown. And this gets boosted garrison, or bolstered garrison, which means that it gets stationed men-at-arms damage and toughness. Do I want to give some words? Absolutely not. No, that's not what we do here. Right, and the tournament is over. Wonderful. And now we're heading home. Now, the next question, most importantly, is did anyone get enough? Yes, Joseph is actually a fantastic successor. That seems perfect to me. I'm just going to click force there. Who's your successor? Ragnar. There we go. Perfect. Seems great to me to have Joseph be the successor. I mean, he'd actually be better at the job as well, but, you know, let's not worry about that. It's all absolutely fine. Do we have anyone else we want to marry off now based on this? We have a few that we could maybe marry off, but a lot of them are just people who are now just guests in my court, who I assume turned up for the tournament and haven't left yet. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think it's just Joseph. We could marry Joseph off, and I think we will. Joseph is going to marry... I don't know, you got anybody with something interesting? That's kind of interesting, club-footed Amazonian comely. Guess you're going to marry someone fecund in order to get lots of children. Sure, why not? Okay, cool. That seems good. Now, I want to do my check. Can I... Nope, nope, cannot. Okay. Let's unpause, and, I mean, we are literally waiting for death now. I mean, this means we're going to die, so, like, you know, there's not a lot that we can do long-term. How are we looking in terms of development? We're at 26. I think it's unlikely we get to 30 by, yeah, it's very unlikely we get to 30 before we die. I think that's going to be extremely unlikely, I think would be the correct term for that. Could do a grand tour. I don't think there's a great reason to do that either. No disease in our realm. I think waiting for money so that we have money on succession is probably actually not that bad. So, I think we will. At least for now. What's this? I've been invited to King Barnard's coronation in Amsterdam. Is this like the third person we've seen be crowned in Frisia in our lifetime? I mean, sure, I'll go, but like, it's a long way away. I'm going through forests. Let's grab ourselves a forest guide. Cool. Then I'm gonna go. Yeah, why not? Why not? I was just thinking, you know what would be perfect? Also, every time we've had caught outside, I just pick that one. What would be perfect is if we get... Oh, you've rescinded my spy master appointment. Wow, how dare you? Exactly. Okay. But every single time I get a hook, like we're unable to use it, what would be perfect is if I got a hook on my leash at this thing, and then I died on the way back. I think that would be perfect. Also, you're attacking here. You're attacking for Duchess Mathilde's claim on the Kingdom of Wallachia. She's going to die before that claim can be pressed. She is 65 and she's on poor health, so... Yeah, anyway. Carpathia, I thought had an ally of us, but I'm fairly certain they wouldn't even be able to call us in. No, apparently you're not even my ally anymore, but they wouldn't be able to call us in because we're the vassal of the person who's attacking, so... Ovine Bounty. My lady, these beasts are the pride of our province. Will you join me to witness our labour, restock your supplies, perhaps partake of our famous Regensburg blue cheese? Show me how you work your herds. Okay. Tutor is educating her child. Neighbouring ruler lost a war, so White Russ has lost against Mercia in a holy war for the county of Toropets. We're here. Yeah, I was thinking, wait a second, is Mercia not in England? And yes, it is. Why is England over here? I don't know. I have no answer for you to that question. You know, I was also thinking, like, if we were going to live, it'd be ideal if we lived, like, another year. Yeah, be perfect. Then we can have our children educated and then we can die happy. Actually, you're twins. Perfect. Another year. Yeah. That would be absolutely perfect. We visited Cologne Cathedral. Nice. And Moonlit Confessions. Under the moonlight in Amersfoort, I overhear an intimate chat between my caravan master Ulrich and my knight Frederick. Oh Ulrich, my winsome angel, you make these starlit nights unforgettable, confesses Frederick, his voice trembling. Ulrich responds softly, I never expected to find someone who understands me so well. It would seem as if love is blossoming in my entourage. We'll leave him to it. We're not going to be overly worried about it. Right. Do we want to help in this one or not? I don't really know. I guess we'll wait and see which way the wind's blowing. Okay. So major supporters are Luitpold of Pirin, Queen Adelheid of Frisia, and Archbishop Philibert of Frisia. Detractors are the Prince Archbishop of Utrecht. I mean, we didn't like your predecessor, but that's no reason to discount you. Sophie the Craven of Frisia. Wait, was she in charge of Frisia until recently? No, inherited. Okay. And then Count Jacob. Well, I don't know. Do we want to just bear witness, or do we want to maybe reduce the magnificence? I think we just bear witness here. I don't think we've got anything we need to significantly do. As your witness. There he is. Duchess Mathilde points to our host, King Bernard. Sitting alone, finally. This is our chance, Mathilde insists. We are here to stand witness and support his coronation. It's only fair that we get something in return. Well, let's try and increase some cultural acceptance as our final act. We'll set an example of peace to our people. We're thinking about our legacy a little bit. Good Duchess, you know that I cherish you and it would bring me great joy to help you, Count Jacob says. Here I offer you the best, first and best of my men, Arnold, as my well-accomplished steward. Okay, he's pretty good. May this serve as the start of a friendship between our houses. You know what? I know exactly what he should do. Yeah, I know exactly what he should do. He should be my bodyguard. Hostile faction is disbanded. That's nice. Gift worthy of a king. I'll speak to the clergy on his behalf, as we always do. Okay. Granddaughter was taken prisoner. Duchess Isabel of Anjou. Who's imprisoned her? Petty Queen something of Normandy. I think you imprisoned her as part of a raid or something, right? No, in the French de Jure War. Defending against Donato the Corrupt in the French de Jure War. So, my granddaughter was just collateral. Let's go back one. Can I pay your ransom? Yeah, I would love to pay your ransom. She's a prisoner of war. You say no. Okay, fair enough. I stand at the threshold ready to lead the coronation procession when Andras barges forward and scoffs. My service to the crown demands I take precedence. Okay, his rude challenge disturbs the sanctity of our preparations. You can do that. It's fine. In your glorious light. King Bernard takes a second to observe the crowd, biting his lip. The voices of the courtiers have become constant as the chirping of birds, and I have no doubt that Philibert intends to join them. Good Duchess, may I be so bold as to ask what your thoughts are on the celebration. I have no doubt that King Bernard's rule will be one of love and justice. Long may he reign. We have our quiet moment. I could pray for good health, but it's a little late. Pray for wealth? Do not forsake Frisia. I think we'll say do not forsake Frisia here. We have the ceremony. Dutch children grin. We have the 3 ascents, which is fine. Bernard's vassals stalk forward darkly. Most of them hardly bother with the words of loyalty amidst their gestures of hate. The ceremony continues on and on. Oh wow. Okay. The holy oil. Okay, he gets the approval of God. And he gets to be crowned. Alright. His consort gets to be crowned. We've discovered that Duke George has taken Brunhild, the daughter of Mayor Hoger, as a lover. Alright, well, you know what we're doing here. Going in here, we're looking for one of these, and we're going to blackmail you. It's only a strong hook, but that's okay. Alright, the oath. My rule will be remembered by those who come after as the start of a golden age for Frisia. Okay, I gained another hook, and we are now at the feast. Wonderful. A raw serving. I've had this event so many times, I'm just going to say, is this a joke? Whisper at the feast. In a hushed voice, my fellow vassal, Duchess Mathilde of East Franconia, reveals a secret that has been burdening her. While processing the shocking news, I see a mysterious man leaning towards us, straining to catch every word. Who knows what wickedness he hopes to achieve? He must not learn that Mathilde has a terrible secret. Such a breach would not stand. So this guy. I could use someone like you. Stare at him with murderous intent, or that's not my concern. I'll recruit you. Promise is a promise. Unconcerned with any etiquette, Joan, a commoner from Frisia, slaps me on the back. I mean it. I'll do anything you ask of me, anything at all. Ask it and it's done. I don't need a hook on a commoner. That's not relevant. Neutral spirits. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Prince Archbishop Andras. He spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would have it, we seemed to have a lot in common. I had such a good time with him. Alright. A delightful treat. Duchess Hilly Ermengarde, you must meet this most interesting man. He has brought delightful and exotic Saracen cakes back from his adventures on Crusade. Obviously, like, yeah, we're going to do this. I'm going to become friends with Evrard, and we're going to be in a hashish stupor. Just absolutely fine for us. Let's do it. Made a friend. We can enter seclusion, apparently. I have heard of you. Duchess Hilly Ermengarde, my acquaintance Queen Adelheid, calls my name. My dear kinsman Berthold speaks fondly of you, she proudly says, taking a sip of her spiced wine. I've been looking forward to feasting with you. Let's say, and I have equally fond words for him. Okay, I just need to have a look at this disease. That is pretty near us. Also, White Rust is pretty near us as well, now that I'm looking at it. That might spread towards us. You know what? Let's isolate the capital. I can't isolate the capital. There must be a plague in my realm. Alright then, well, why even tell me about it then? Okay. His sworn oath is to strengthen the house. Well, no. See if he can do it. So it's now spread a little bit. It's still not in my realm. Looks like it's in my realm now, but still can't actually do anything until it moves into one of those. There we go. It's now in my realm. Now I can isolate the capital. Wonderful. Cool. Doesn't do a lot, it just raises plague resistance a little bit, but that's okay. While passing through the plains of Ipophen, my son Robert is moments away from disturbing a hidden burrow of vipers, but is warned just in time by my personal physician Ramhild. Robert, you need to be more careful, Ramhild admonishes, concern evident in her voice. Robert offers a sheepish, grateful smile in return. Thanks, I owe you one. Okay, quick thinking there. The Wandering Knight. As we walk through the streets of Nuremberg, there's a loud ruckus by one of the market stalls, with two men yelling at one another. Before we can make our way there, the man has already stepped in between and talked them down. We're going to recruit Amadeus? No, I think we're okay. Trailside Bond. While traversing a challenging path in Regensburg, I hear laughter ahead. My son Robert and my caravan master Ulrich are working together to cross a swollen, rain-fed irrigation channel. Robert, your idea to build this makeshift bridge was brilliant, exclaims Ulrich. Robert replies with a chuckle, and your quick thinking with those long grass tied it all together. Let's say that your ingenuity is commendable. Wonderful. And we have arrived home. Schemer has been discovered. Ulrich is plotting to kill my master of the horse. Okay. Robert was apparently my regent, which he shouldn't have been, but I guess our previous regent died, so that probably makes sense. Also, is Midas touched? Ooh, nice. Okay. Top level education. A natural administrator from birth, it should surprise no one that Otto has come far in the studies of management of the realm. Not content with understanding the flow of wealth and people, he seems capable of predicting as if by instinct. He always finds new ways of profiting off it as well. And Amelie, even as a child, she had a way with words. It is therefore unsurprising to see she's taken well to the study of diplomatic relations. A true silver tongue, she could sway the opinions of counts and kings alike. When she speaks, the court listens in enraptured silence. So she got great eminence. So two basically top tier educations for right now. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, his stats are looking very, very good. Trove can marry. We could hold a grand wedding. There's no reason why we shouldn't. Let's hold a grand wedding. And we're going to hold a grand wedding Yeah, we could hold it in Vienne, unless we've got a reason not to. You have Chateau, which will get us extra renown. Yeah, let's go hold it over here in Ottoberg. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do Zealot, and this one for Magnificent Host. Seems good to me. Guests. Yeah, I'm going to invite everybody. There we go. Start the grand wedding. Can I specifically invite my liege? Yes, I can. 5% to accept it. He will not travel during a plague. Well, I'm still going to invite him. See if he turns up. He's declined my invitation. Can I invite him again? Yes, I can continue to invite him as many times as I want. We now have a new culture, the Hungaro-Cuman culture. And we can grab Schemer. Okay, probably time to switch from this. Let's go back to stewardship and get some monthly income. Now, Schemer, I just want to check. We can fabricate a hook. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Do I abandon the events? Depends how quick this is going to be. Probably not. But there is an argument that it's worth it. Infiltrator is going to be... you? We just gotta, like, go all in on this. Like, we gotta invest. Although if I get the hook, I'm not gonna have the... I'm not gonna have the money. Currently. Okay, you need to be convinced. Let's get the hook first, and then we'll worry about the money. Probably not you. I have 10 months grace on it anyway. Let's do this. Okay, 32% secrecy. You are immediately going to support my scheme. Down to 4 months per phase. That's too long. Can I get a better spy master? Not really. Okay, well, you know, it's fine. Okay, if it's 4 months per phase, I'm not cancelling the grand wedding. Hospitable hospices. I will give you a donation, even though I don't want to. I'll ask my head of faith for gold. Definitely. Definitely. I've done so. Nice. We're now at the wedding. Our goal is... I don't know. Being here. Arranged marriage. Duke Dictwin of Crane would like to marry Amelie. No. Okay. Know thyself, I'll be dead in a year. I'm totally getting a strong hook. I can feel it. It's guaranteed at this point. Will the wedding even continue if I die? Probably not. I have a new master of the horses. Did Mellet get murdered by any chance? Not that I would... no, he became ill. Okay. Is he still my master of the horse? He is for now. Do I have a successor? Also, my grandson would be the successor. Not a great successor, because if he inherits, then we would lose it. Okay, grand wedding's continuing. Can't just go home, can you? No, you could enter seclusion. No, you can't enter seclusion if you're away. I think we're committed to our path, unfortunately. That's fine, though. Because I think we're dying before we get to 5 keys. Which will probably kill the wedding anyway. We'll see, though. Right. Carrying on. Isolate capital. Nope. You can vassalize? Excuse me? I can vassalize you? You'll just be my vassal? Neighboring independent ruler? Alright. I should have checked why, but like, I'm not going to question it too much. Wedding ceremony has started. Fantastic. Accepted vassalization. We've expanded the realm via just asking. Alright. He just loves me. He thinks I'm great. Alright then. Well, I mean, who am I to complain? A misstep. I'm enjoying the ceremony, proud of what I managed to organise. Everything has gone well so far. And as soon as I think it, I know I've jinxed it. Otto trips and falls flat on his face on his way to his spouse. We can say it happens, or I can still salvage it. Just say, it happens. No problem. I'm getting some more hooks that don't matter. Spouse was impressed. Gained a hook on Valdo. Okay. Level of splendor of our dynasty has gone up to famous. Nice. More prestige, more long reign bonuses. The ceremony has finally reached its climax. The traditional rituals have been completed and all that's left is the final vows and the formal consent. The seal on the marriage. As both Otto and Svatava say I do, the crowd starts cheering and we all stand witness to the beginning of their life together. They are now married. Now time for the banquet. Grand wedding speech. Every wedding banquet is host to a frankly interminable amount of speeches. Some long, some short, some honest, some deceptive, roiling up and down the hall, punctuating every course of the feast in waves. As my turn nears, I'm left wondering, should I consider the happy couple or focus on the festivities? After all, it's easy for double meanings to get lost in the sea of words. And praise the happy couple, praise the party, or sit awkwardly back down. I'll praise the happy couple. The granddaughter was released from prison. That's great news. Okay. And my neighbour won in their de jure war for Normandy, I think. Oh no. Maybe? I think that might have been what it was. But yes. We can have a look actually. Yes, de jure war for Normandy. Can't get away. As wedding host, I shouldn't know I should be spending time with the couple and their families, but I just can't tear myself away from my friend Duke Bruno of Hesse. I can see Svatava starting to glare at me, but every time I try to excuse myself, Bruno has me howling with laughter all over again. Let's try and make them friends. We became rivals. Oh, that's terrible. Food fit for a... Featuring exotic treats, elaborate culinary artworks, rich colours with richer scents, the banquet chefs have gone all out for a wedding. Near my seat, both Duke Gunther and Lord Francois share their opinions about the spread. A good feast, I think. Plenty of thought into making experience without losing sight of the important things. The food is good, Francois opines, but I don't understand laying out all this money for it without going for fantastic. Okay. Well, as we don't really care, I'm going to nod along without paying attention. Doesn't matter to us right now. I'm being raided, but it's also like within this disease area. That's fine. And another thing. Every feast, there's always one, every single feast, one long-winded, ill-born pissant cornering people who just will not be silent. This time it's Arnold, and he's relentless. I've tried every topic I can think of. I've tried disengaging, I've tried getting others involved, but he seems determined to hound me with grim implacability. I'm going to scream. Let's just gently exit the conversation. I got myself a diplomacy lifestyle perk. I will take Bound by Blood. Wonderful. For reasons of it's the next one along on the line and we're going to die in mere days. So, it's quite the spectacle. A lot of thought goes into the right balance of the background noise, muses Gunther. It's good to see some without too much bustle. There's too many of them to applaud the thriftiness yet, not enough to enjoy someone else's coin on display. I'll focus on the entertainment. Degraded artifact reuse. A servant approaches me with a guilty expression on his face and something hidden behind his back. My lady, I was cleaning your artifacts collections as usual when I noticed the utter state of disrepair of your French regalia. Without an expert at court, it might not be possible to restore it to its former glory, but we might as well keep it, the scraps to be reused in a new artifact. I can repair it, no problem. Shimmering Shining. Now this was what I was expecting, boasts Massanissa, a venue fit for a truly grand wedding. Frankly, I find it all a little exhausting, moans Dietwin. I don't even know what's a seat and what's a decorative sculpture. Again, we're not going to be taken in by these conversations. It's our final feast. We get to ignore people if we want to. Throughout the meal, I found myself easily drawn into Lord Francois' conversation. He has some very interesting opinions, makes the very best jokes, and we seem to have so much in common. Whenever I'm recounting an anecdote, he listens attentively and chips in with all the appropriate comments at the appropriate time. Who would have thought I'd find such pleasant company at this wedding? You know what? Sure, we'll become friends with Lord Francois, my grandson. Oh, even more so then, if he's our grandson. Yes, okay. He's Marie's son. Okay, sure. Right. Banquet is done. It's now time for the bit that comes after. After a long day's waiting and socialising, my granddaughter, niece, and I ensconce ourselves at a table to mull over the union. Amelie speaks quietly. You know, I must say I still have my misgivings. I worry for my acquaintance. This provincial primislid bed swerver is beneath the dignity of so great a house as Babenberg. She sullies Otto by mere association. Come, acquaintance, this should say something better. Anyway, Marie says, give it time. Grant them a moon together before you pass such judgments. Okay. I'm going to say it's all in God's hands now. Exactly. A great thing to say when you don't really want to say anything at all. Into the night. We have enough points in our scheme. The newlyweds have taken their leave, consigned by the families to the bedchamber to consummate their union. The rest of us return to the banquet hall to make merry and celebrate. Looking out over the crowd, I bask in the warmth of a happy occasion, drawing strength from the smiling faces in concord. But who is this hunched figure? The rest of the evening is mine to spend as I wish. There better be some chicken left. I can get out of this place. It looks like Emma's falling asleep, or the church will be quiet. Let's go to the church. Thank you all for coming. We get Magnificent Host, which is for 20 years, but doesn't really matter. We get Renown, and they are married, which is the most important thing. Now we get to head back. I'm not even going to click this until we get back. Seasons of Change. I can't delay our trip back. We died. We died on our way back to our home holding. Duchess Haley Ermengarde of Austria has finally found peace at 78 years of age. She died of cancer, a hollowed shell of her former self. She has long lost her wits by the time of her final passing. Duke Robert ascends to the throne. A formidable duelist, many expect him to excel in tournaments and personal combat alike. She died of cancer. She ruled for 78 years and was 78 years old. She did not know a time when she was not ruling. Was the cultural head of a new culture, legendary figure, religious icon, finished the stewardship lifestyle, and finished scholar, whole of body, architect, and schemer. Fought in 21 wars, 8 offensive, 10 defensive, 2 offensive Great Holy Wars, and 1 defensive Great Holy War. Hosted 19 activities, 4 meet peers, 3 funerals, 3 hunts, 3 weddings, 2 feasts, 2 grand tours, 1 grand tournament, and 1 university visit. And attended 12 more, 9 coronations, 2 feasts, and a hunt. Wow. Okay. Robert inherits everything, as he is our only living son. That is it. So we had Otto the Third for 29 years, Otto the Fourth for 12 years, Haley Ermengarde for 78 years, and Robert, well, let's see how long he lasts. My god, a lot of things popped up there. I think these all just auto-equipped anyway in the same bit where they were, so that's fine. I just want to check something. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We already have Schemer, and we have a little bit of Seducer, a little bit of Unshackled Lust. Okay. That's interesting. What else do we have? Let's see. So we are Temperate, Forgiving, and Honest. But we have Unshackled Lust, apparently. We have Tourney, we're charm resistant, which means someone's has been trying to seduce us. Do we have a hook? I have a strong hook. Oh no, she has a strong hook on us because she saved our life. Okay. Well, I guess all I have to do is save my liege's life. That would do it, right? Except that that's the same event that we had so many times that it didn't actually allow us to do that. But anyway, that's all fine. Clear this out. I can ask my head of faith for gold. I'm definitely going to do that before I forget. Just unpause and wait 2 days for that. 3 days. There we go. Right. And then I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we'll figure out what we're doing with Robert. I suspect that it's going to be a little bit different. There's probably going to be a lot more seduction. It's probably going to be a lot more crazy stuff. I don't know. We'll see exactly what we want to do with them. I mean, we're probably still realistically going to try and get this hook, but we'll see what else we want to achieve with Robert. I don't know what Robert wants to achieve. Maybe that's two things for in between episodes. First of all, what does Robert want to achieve? And second of all, what are we naming this? What are we going to name it? I guess Joseph won it. It could be something about winning a tournament and having it now, but I have no idea. Do we have a secondary? Weirdly, Melek can be our can be next in line for this. That is odd. Yeah, I guess he can be next in line for now in case somebody just drops dead, but yeah, weird. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.